birthday tomorrow. Does this get louder, or should I just talk?
No, project.
Okay. Prepared some notes.
What?
So, what do you think I'm going to start with?
I don't know.
Give me a guess.
When I lived in your basement?
That's part of it. Anything else?
No.
You're going to have to make some guesses. We're not going to get started until I hear. You know what I'm going to get into, so let's let everyone else know.
You are a good lawyer. I don't know. Being downstairs, when we went to beer. No?
Well, that's not really that funny, but anything else? Perhaps by relationships. Mexico. Why did we go to Mexico?
I had a fake wedding.
That'll be covered. I want to start with your punctuality, and it was funny. I was sitting here, and we're all gathered in the back, and some guy goes, "Jesus Christ, it's Jersey, so be half hour late." I started laughing to myself. I'm like, "That probably will be." For those of you who know Stephen, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't, unless you're a spouse of someone who does. We all know that Stephen has, I guess, a problem with punctuality. I think he's a people pleaser, so he'll tell you, like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be there, I'm going to be on time," knowing he will not be. In fact, he'll be drastically late. One time, I can't remember what the event was, but I talked to Stephen on the phone. I go, "What time are you going to be? We got to be there on time." He goes, "Hey, no problem. What time do you want me there?" I'm like, 6. He goes, "All right, I'll be there at 6. So I'm sitting in my house, and for those of you who don't know me, I am sadistically punctual. and it causes me pain and anger when someone else causes me to be late. So I'm sitting there and it's getting me close to 6. I'm like, he's gonna make me late. I'm gonna fucking kill him. 5 to 6, still not there. No tax, no nothing. 6 o'clock comes and goes. Reads the pass. 6:05, I'm like, send a text. Are you on your fucking way? And his response was, just yes. Not, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late." Just yes. Okay. So my response was, "Well, when are you going to be here?" His response, again, one word, "soon." This is at 6:10. 6:10, he says, "soon." At 8:30, he rolls up. Comes to my door, sheepishly knowing I'm going to whip him like the little dog that he was that night. And he goes, "Hey buddy," I'm like, "Stephen, we have drastically differing definitions for either the word yes or soon. I don't know which it is." And then we went and got drunk. So, one thing I want to talk about is what I have dubbed the Carrie Portier experience.
We don't have 3 hours.
It's truncated to meet her reading level. I didn't have a very high opinion of Carrie, and if anyone here does, I'm sorry. But this is my time. I have the mic, so keep your thoughts to yourself. Frankly, I hate it.
Pick another beer.
Part of the reason I hate her is I just found her to be so maddeningly dumb, I could hardly stand it. She had like this ability, if you were within 10 yards of her, she made you dumber. Which is how she kept Stephen for as long as she did. Like, when he got away from her, he's like, "No, God, maybe she's not the right girl." I'm like, "Yes! We're making progress! Let's talk about this!" And then he'd go home and he's like, "I love you." So, he would call me up, because he knew how much I enjoyed, like, she'd say these really dumb things, like, specific examples escape me. But he would call me up and say, "Hey, guess what Carrie just said?" Bet it was dumb. And he'd say, so the lady on the television said the word menopause. And she looked at me, she goes, is that like a button on the remote control for the DVD player? So,
Why is big birthday? I'm really excited.
So Steven, knowing my disdain for this person, one day he comes over, we're in the backyard, and he goes, hey, I gotta ask you something. I'm like working on something, or he's helping me. And he goes, hey, what do you really think of Carrie? And I look at him and I go, she is the singularly dumbest person I've ever met in my entire life. I'm so glad you guys broke up. And there's like a 30-second pause, and he kind of looks at his feet and goes, well, I asked her to marry me, she said. And I just looked at him and I was like, this is what he's getting to comment. Oh, this must be one of this new comedian thing you're doing, right? This is funny. He goes, no, and you're the best one. Forget what I just said. So we go to Mexico for his wedding. And we get there, and on the first night, we befriend a person about this tall. And his name was Hector. And we were drinking, and we were having fun, and I can't remember who it was, but someone suggested that it might be a good idea if Hector were to officiate the wedding. And he did. Hector, who is this tall, not a midget, which I don't know if that's a PC term or not, but he was this tall. He actually had brought a tux on vacation. So he shows up to the wedding wearing his little tux, and he's at the bar with us doing shots of tequila before the wedding. Now when you're this tall, doing shots of tequila with someone who is this tall or regular height, probably not a good idea. So immediately after the vows were said, Hector's in the beach throwing in his little tux. So he was married by a little person. In true Stephen Manafort fashion, it turns out that that wedding was not legal because he was late in getting the marriage certificate, which ended up being a blessing because guess who's been stuck doing the divorce a couple times.
Going on the first date.
So, buddy, obviously it didn't work out with Carrie. Fortunately, there were many more fishing. See, Stephen referenced how he lived in my basement. Now, it wasn't like it was just a pretty shitty basement. We had a bed down there for him, and, after things ended with Carrie, Steve would go out. Now, he didn't bring home a lot of women, but he made up for that with volume. My time living with Stephen was an excellent opportunity to study an elusive animal. I termed it the liquor pig. Stephen would go out drinking and lure these creatures into his grasp, and he would take them home. And, I usually stayed in on Saturday night, so that was prime liquor pig observation time. Some of these women were very large. And on one occasion, I satisfied a lifelong curiosity as to what it might sound like to have sex with a plant. He made the mistake of introducing one to me once. And I said, hello, my name is Eric, and I am not food. The response to me was something that I heard in Star Wars once. It sounded like, Stephen would, after that incident, he would try to understandably smuggle these women past us, which was impossible. The gravitational force alone. It would be like smuggling a bus across a border of some kind of. What do you mean I got a glimpse of this girl, Rob? And I didn't say anything. I didn't want to ruin his game, which was strong that night. So I waited until the morning and I got up, had a cup of coffee. This girl leaves, ashamed, hurriedly. I waved. Steve comes upstairs. I go, there he is! Captain Ahab! I didn't know the rock over the peapod on the whale! Awful lot of noises coming from down there. We've all heard the noises that whales make. This one was like, yes! 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 Sometimes they would stay over for a little bit in the morning. And I once saw one of these women eat an entire pizza. Hot. She was so big, I'm sure she had to roll over 3 times.
Don't act like you didn't fucking do it.
If she got on the scale, it would have been a way when it said to be continued. One time, a mutual friend of ours came over on Saturday morning. We were sitting around, and now this friend goes to Stephen. He goes, hey, I saw you talking to Skinny last night. How'd that work out for you? Take her home? And I snorted. I'm like, no. The girl that Stephen took home ate that girl. Stephen was just using her as bait. No, but okay. All kidding aside, I'm not going next. Sometimes you have to be with the wrong person before you can find the right person. And sometimes you have to be with 200 wrong people before you can be with the right person. And all kidding aside, you have found the right person. We all love Debbie. We all love you. And despite Stephen's proclivities for larger women, he is a wonderful man. He is an amazing father. He's a good friend. He's funny. And I'm glad that you're my friend. And I'm proud and honored to be a part of this. And I hope you don't hate me when I put in my